Listen folks, finding a good mechanic is tough enough, but when you're talking heavy duty, and you need somebody who's not afraid to get their hands dirty on a freelance basis, well that's a whole different beast. You need someone who knows their way around a diesel engine like the back of their hand. Someone who can spot a faulty hydraulic system from a mile away. You need somebody who knows Oregon. Lucky for you, that's what we're talking about today. If you're in the Beaver State and you've got a rig that needs fixin', you're in the right place. First up, we've got Upwork. Now, Upwork's like the digital equivalent of those job sites you see outside the Home Depot, except this one's for all kinds of work, including mechanics. You post what you need done, where you need it done, and how much you're willing to pay. Then, qualified mechanics in Oregon, they see your post, and if it's right up their alley, bam, they send you a bid. You can check out their profiles, see their experience, their ratings, even read reviews from other folks they've worked for. It's like having a background check and a job interview all in one. Next up is Freelancer.com. Think of it like the Wild West of online freelance work. Similar deal here. You post your project, but on Freelancer, you're casting a wider net. You'll find a lot of mechanics from all over, but don't worry, you can specify that you need someone in Oregon. Now, because there are so many freelancers on this platform, you've got to be careful. Really take your time looking through profiles, and make sure you're getting someone who knows their stuff. Now, you might be thinking, Mike, what about Fiverr? Isn't that for $5 gigs? Well, it used to be, but these days, Fiverr's all grown up. You can find experienced mechanics offering their services for a variety of prices. And yeah, you might even find someone willing to diagnose your engine trouble for a $5. But the real value on Fiverr is in the packages. Mechanics can offer different tiers of service, from basic diagnostics to full-on repairs. Just make sure you read the fine print so you know what you're getting into. Chapter 4. Indeed, the old standby. Now let's talk about Indeed. This one's a classic job board, but don't let that fool you. It's not just for full-time gigs anymore. You can find plenty of freelance and contract mechanics on Indeed. Just type in heavy-duty mechanic and your location in Oregon, then use the filters to narrow down your search to freelance or contract work. Boom, you'll have a list of potential candidates in no time. LinkedIn, it's not just for suits. Okay, I know what you're thinking. LinkedIn? That's for fancy pants office jobs, not greasy mechanics. And you know what? You're partially right. But LinkedIn's also become a powerful tool for freelancers. A lot of mechanics, especially the experienced ones, are on LinkedIn to network and find work. Chapter 6. Mechanics Hub, the watering hole. Now, if you want to go straight to the source, there's Mechanics Hub. This is a job board specifically for mechanics. Think of it like the local watering hole where mechanics go to find out about gigs. You can search for heavy-duty mechanics in Oregon and filter by freelance or contract work. Alright, this next one's a bit different. The Oregon Trucking Association. They're a trade organization that represents the trucking industry in Oregon. Now, they might not have a list of freelance mechanics on hand, but they know everybody who's anybody in the trucking world. Give them a call, tell them what you need, and they might be able to point you in the right direction. Now, if you're in the Portland area, check out Portland Heavy Duty Truck Repair. They're a local shop, and while they might not offer freelance services themselves, they probably know every freelance heavy-duty mechanic in town. Give them a call and see if they can recommend someone. Don't forget about the good old-fashioned classifieds. Websites like Craigslist and even Facebook Marketplace can be surprisingly good resources for finding local freelance mechanics. Just make sure you do your due diligence, check references, and maybe even ask for proof of insurance, you know, the usual stuff. And finally, if you want to make sure you're getting a qualified mechanic, look for someone who's AS certified. That's the National Institute for Automotive Service Excellence. They test and certify mechanics on all kinds of vehicles, including heavy-duty trucks. You can actually search for AS certified mechanics on their website. It's like having a gold seal of approval. So there you have it, 10 great resources for finding a freelance heavy-duty mechanic in Oregon. Remember, finding the right mechanic can make all the difference. Take your time, do your research, and don't be afraid to ask around. A little bit of effort up front can save you a lot of headaches down the road. And hey, when you do find that diamond in the rough, that mechanic who knows their stuff, and doesn't mind getting their hands dirty, hang on to them. Good mechanics are worth their weight in gold.